Hello, we come to Joseph Prosperity Strategy. We talk about the 5 grueling years easily, but let's stop and feel that. Imagine the dinner table. 5 years of telling your spouse, your children, your investors, it's not over. The money is running out, but we must keep fighting. Imagine the relentless pressure. Every lawyer's bill was a hit to his family's savings. Every delayed ruling was a month of hope, followed by a month of soul-crushing disappointment. This is the point where most people break. Not from the external opposition, but from the internal warfare, the doubt, the shame of apparent failure, the fear of losing everything. But Strive understood something profound about the purpose God gives you. It is bigger than your comfort. He had a choice: preserve his personal wealth and safety, or fight for the future of his nation. He chose the fight. His intentionality was so absolute that he was willing to lose everything: reputation, money, even peace of mind, to win the principle. This is the first essential emotional layer of his story, the sacrifice of the visionary. But Strive's vision faced a Goliath, the Zimbabwean government. They denied him a license for 5 grueling years. Most people would have given up. But Strive demonstrated critical strategic thinking and unyielding intentionality. Strategic move 1. The legal battle, a fight for principle, the why. Instead of simply suing for a license, he reframed the entire argument. He wasn't just a businessman demanding a contract, he was a citizen demanding the constitutional right to communicate and compete. This was a brilliant move because it elevated his fight from a personal business dispute to a national issue of economic freedom. This shift in framing is a masterclass for all of us. Never fight the small battle, always fight for the principle. Strategic move 2, the patience of Job, the emotional grind. He didn't just file one lawsuit. Over the 5 years, he fought 18 separate court cases. Think about that. 18 times he had to prepare, present, and await a judgment, knowing that a loss meant immediate ruin. His team was essentially a war room, not a business office. His perseverance wasn't a passive waiting, it was an active, constant engagement with opposition. Strategic move 3, unwavering faith and amp competence, the how. Throughout these 5 years, he maintained his faith and refined his business plan. This is the Joseph principle. While in the pit, you perfect your craft for the palace. He wasn't waiting for the license, he was preparing for the launch. He had the equipment, the financial models, and the personnel lined up years before he was legally allowed to operate. His competence was his silent testimony to his belief that he would eventually win. He didn't let the suffering make him bitter. He let it produce perseverance and sharpen his character. This intentionality meant every day was spent either fighting the legal battle or refining the future business, never losing sight of the purpose. After 5 long years, 5 years of legal fees, no revenue, ridicule, and opposition, Strive Masiyiwa won. The day the Constitutional Court of Zimbabwe declared the state's monopoly unconstitutional was a historic day, not just for Econet, but for the entire concept of fair enterprise in Africa. The victory unleashed the pent-up energy of his 5 years of preparation. Econet Wireless exploded onto the scene. But here's the most captivating part. His immediate success didn't lead to personal extravagance. It led to intentional kingdom investment. Strive didn't see his wealth as a personal reward. He saw it as a stewarded resource for the purpose he had fought for all along, the elevation of his people. He established the Higher Life Foundation. His philanthropy is not a passive donation, it is strategic and massive. He has provided scholarships and support for over 250,000 African students. When the Ebola crisis hit, he didn't wait for governments. He pledged and delivered $10 million in direct support. When the devastating Cyclone Idai struck, he was one of the first and largest responders. This is the ultimate emotional crescendo. His fight wasn't for a company, it was for the freedom to fund a movement. He is a modern-day Joseph, elevated through perseverance and competence, stewarding vast resources for kingdom impact. His suffering did not just produce a billionaire, it produced a philanthropist whose hope is now spread across an entire continent. His fight wasn't for personal wealth, but for the freedom to fulfill a divine purpose. Perhaps you're in a 5-year battle right now. Maybe you're facing opposition, ridicule, or seemingly impossible odds in your career, your ministry, or your business. Strive Masiyiwa's story reminds us that suffering is not the end. It's the crucible that forges the character needed for your strategic position. Your competence isn't just about your skills. It's about your unwavering intentionality to fight for your God-given purpose. Here is the final essential principle from his life. Purpose is the only motivation that outlasts pain. Strive was willing to be ruined for his purpose because he knew if he won, the impact would be exponential. Look at your Goliath and reframe it. What is the higher principle you are fighting for? Embrace the 18 court battles. That is the process of sharpening your character. Prepare in the waiting. Refine your plan, deepen your competence, and cement your faith. Are you willing to glory in your sufferings, letting them produce perseverance, character, and hope? Are you prepared to apply critical strategic thinking and hold on to your vision with unyielding intentionality, no matter the cost? Because the breakthroughs are coming. And when they do, your elevation will not just be for you, it will be for the millions God has called you to impact. This is the Joseph generation. We don't just aspire to wealth, we strategically fight for the purpose God has placed in our hearts. Embrace the fight. Your strategic position awaits. If Strive Masiyiwa had given up after year 4, how many hundreds of thousands of lives would still be unconnected, uneducated, and without hope? Don't let your impatience rob the world of your eventual impact. Click the link below, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. I'll see you tomorrow.